What's going on? It is 9:15, so 15 minutes to market open. This is what I'm looking at. So this is the daily. We've opened up and just dumped. Don't know why. Not my problem to care. We've just dumped in the overnight and the Asia and the London. It's not my problem to worry about it. And yeah, so obviously we had this SMT here, and then zooming in, the SMT here still was holding. And I was honestly expecting us to just wick these and then continue higher, but we opened up and then just dumped. So again, it's not my job to worry. So it is a tricky one. We have obviously ran all this generated sell side, and for the time being, we've taken this 4-hour low, this sell side level, and put in an SMT. Yes, it's not taken it yet, but honestly, if this SMT to be valid, we don't know if this SMT will hold yet. We don't know. For it to be valid, I'd want to see some form of displacement higher, again, to tell me that this SMT is valid. And on the 1 hour, we have slightly closed above this imbalance. That's not enough for me. We've slightly closed above this imbalance. It's not enough displacement yet. We've also tapped to this one as well. So it's not enough. I'm not formulating a bias based off this SMT. My honest bias is pretty bearish. There's no point trying to catch a falling knife. There's no point trying to long this because you don't know how big the retrace is going to be. You have no idea how big the retrace is going to be. So I'm pretty bearish. I'd want to see these two 1 hour imbalances hold. Now, yes, we have tapped this daily imbalance right here and obviously taken this low, but I'd want to see this low be the draw for today. And yes, on ES, we have tapped this daily imbalance and put in an SMT, but we don't know that's valid yet. We don't know. We need to see displacement, and we are yet to get that on either index. So I'm still bearish. There's no point trying to catch falling knife, as I've said before. So zooming in, obviously the first 1 hour imbalance, the second 1 hour imbalance, same on ES, and we have put in an SMT at the highs in the area we expect to reject, and you can clearly see generated sell side here. This is a very clear sell model right here, looking to trade this sell side of the curve. Generated sell side, generated sell side, generated sell side, generated sell side, generated sell side. And we put in an SMT in this 1 hour imbalance and had a 5-minute change in the state from that, which is good. And a 15-minute change in the state from that. So going into the open, obviously, this is very similar to last Tuesday, where we missed the initial short. There was a 5-minute change in the state, SMT, and 5-minute inverse pre-market, and then at open we held it. So I'd want to see something similar. I'd want to see it open, a slight move higher, holding. If we inverse this, I'd want to see this hold as bearish going into the open. But we'll see what happens. I'm de-risked. I'm only trading micros today. There's no reason to go on NQ because this is not a normal scenario. We dumped, since New Day Open, we dumped over 3,500, 4,000 ticks, 1,000 points, 1,000. It's a lot. We're down. NQ's down a lot. ES down not as much. So de-risked, very de-risked today. But I am bearish and want to see this be the draw. That's what I'm looking at. Peace. Okay, so I am logged into my broker and I'm making a trade because price action was, well, this. No trade was taken. Give me a really short recap. So, if you remember me saying, down here we had that SMT, this 5-minute change in the state. And I said I'd want to see this 5-minute imbalance get run for me to be bearish, for me to see these lows and these lows. And it didn't happen. We did not displace through this 5-minute imbalance. Yes, we did a tiny wick. Doesn't matter. We did not run this imbalance. It held bullish. So the bearish bias that I had, the bearish bias I talked about in the pre-market video was never validated. So I was not looking for anything today, really. I was not looking for any shorts, any longs, nothing, because the bearish bias wasn't validated and there was no internal model for longs. So no trade was taken, and that was definitely the right decision for the day. There was nothing else I could have done. as soon as this first 5 minute candle closed, I knew I wasn't going to be trading today, because, well, this 5 minute imbalance just held, and obviously we made this massive one, and then yeah, we had this 1 hour imbalance, and this one we have now displaced through all of them and made a tiny 4 hour imbalance. But I wouldn't even bother trading after now. Yes, this candle does sort of validate this SMT, because we've now had displacement from this SMT. It does sort of validate it now, but I'm not looking for any longs because time is no longer aligned. As you can see, the 950 1010 macro ends here. No entry was given. I'd like to align time first, then price, and in that time there was no trade opportunity whatsoever. There was this internal high, there was an SMT, sorry, this internal high for ages, which is this one. There was this SMT for ages that kept going up, then eventually ES took it anyway, and then from there on was like, yeah, I'm definitely not trading now. So that's that. Price just came up, took this buy side level, and then did not give any reactions off of it. Price just went higher, and that is fine. And we could continue to be bullish the next couple of days if we do come back all the way up to these imbalances and hold. You never know. Obviously, I was attempting to trade this model, and that was wrong, but the bias was never validated in the first place. We did not close through this, so the bias wasn't validated. So again, you wouldn't want to take a short in any of this, even that if there was a 1 minute change in state, which there was, and whatever, there's still no reason to short, because the higher time frame is not giving you a reason to short. This held bullish, simple as. Bearish buyers not validated, because I would need to see this first, and that wasn't run through. So yeah, no trade, right decision in my opinion. Definitely nothing I could have done differently. There's no way I could have caught this long. That's the only actual move that happened. The rest has just been grinding our way up. There's no way this could have been traded, because you don't need to catch every move, and you don't need to try and work out how you could have traded this, because it's just not important at all. So yeah, that's my trader recap. I'm pretty sure the pre-market video was this length as well. So that's trader recap. No trade was taken. There was nothing to do, nothing to take. Just sort of grinded our way up after the first initial pump. And that's No News Monday for you on FOMC week, because it's rate cuts on Wednesday, and I will not be trading at all because I just don't. And so catch you tomorrow. Peace.